And this right here, I have a master in. Somebody get me my degree, my diploma. It needs to be in my hands. Hey guys, it's Arla right here, and I'm back to you with another video. Yes, another one. Hey y'all, it's your girl Arla Ray, and I am here with my very first YouTube video in such a long time. And today I'm gonna be talking about reasons why I'm not a successful content creator after 10 years. Just a little backstory. I literally started YouTube when I was 15 years old, and I will be 25 this year. When I first started YouTube, I used to do challenges, hair videos, all types of stuff. And when I tell you I've probably done it all in content creation, like, there's very little that I have not done. I've had a few successes, but I've had more failures than successes. So I want to share with you guys some tips. If you want to become a content creator, take these tips in consideration. So about mindset. So number one, we're going to talk about mindset. And honestly, this is probably the category where I've learned the most and where I failed the most, because it always starts with mindset, right? So one of the things I really struggled with was thinking that I was not good enough to pursue this. I wanted to be good all of a sudden. Like, I wanted to reach my maximum potential right away. I wanted to see, those results. Those results to me meant that I was good. Whereas there's so many content creators that post and no one sees their stuff, but their stuff is really good. And so visibility does not mean you're not good enough. You just got to keep going. Another part of mindset was that I had a fear of failing. And so I kind of would subconsciously be like, well, if I just give it up, then I didn't fail. I just stopped doing it. It was on my terms. I didn't, go until the wheels fell off. I gave it up before it even began. And that's how I kept stopping. Just know that if you're on this journey, failing is a part of it. Like, you cannot run from failing. And when you fail, you learn. I am giving you tips as somebody that has not seen a lot of success in content creation, but I'm confident in the tips that I'm giving you because I failed so much that I learned probably more than I would have learned if I succeeded. Somebody write that down. Write it down. I literally learned from my failures. Another part of mindset is wanting things to happen overnight. I wanted to be viral. Like, I wanted to have that overnight success. I heard those stories where people posted one video and all of a sudden they got 1 million views, and now they're living in LA in a mansion and they got, everything that they ever desired. I wanted that. That was me as a teenager before I really knew what those things entailed or what that meant to have those things. I'm just now kind of getting out of that mindset of I want it overnight, because I've gone viral multiple times from multiple different forms of content. And what happens is you cannot, you cannot handle, I'll just use handle. You can't always handle that big success at one time. And then you got all these people following you, and they don't actually really like your content. They only like that one video you posted that was random and that went viral overnight. And so it can sometimes do more harm than good. And I can do another video on that because I've had a lot of history with this, where I've had viral videos and then I didn't sustain the virality. Now I want to move on to what to do with it. Now I want to move on to inconsistency. And this right here, I have a master in. Somebody get me my degree, my diploma. It needs to be in my hands. Number one, I know they tell you to niche down, and it's not a bad tip, but it kept me stuck for so long because I felt like I could not be me. I am a person who has multiple interests, and I can never seem to choose one. And I felt like I was forced to choose one. And now I'm deciding I'm not going to choose. I'm going to break the rules, I guess. I'm not going to choose. I'm going to talk about content creation. I'm going to talk about hair. I'm going to talk about fashion. I'm going to talk about beauty when I feel like it. I'm going to do vlogs. I'm going to do music. I got a baby. I want to talk about motherhood stuff. I'm going to talk about faith. I'm going to do all of it. Why? Because I'm building a personal brand. So when they tell you to niche down, I don't think it's it's worked for multiple people. And I think if you have one thing you want to focus on, or a couple things you want to focus on, that's not a bad choice, right? But if you are like me and you have multiple gifts and talents and passions that you want to pursue, don't hesitate to do those things. It's going to have its moments where it feels like a job. I've experienced it where it's like, I don't feel like filming today, but this, money that I have coming in relies on that. So why not post, occasionally stuff that you like to do? Whether somebody likes it or not, people are going to like it. Like, as you grow your following, if you notice, like, think of your favorite YouTuber that has a lot of subscribers. Anything that they post, you're probably going to watch, even if you're not that interested in it, because you have gotten to know them in a way online as a person, and you're interested in what they have to say, what they're doing, their life, their lifestyle. So as you grow that brand, people are going to be interested in what you have to offer. So don't be afraid to have multiple niches. Just be you. Number 2 is posting and ghosting. We're not about to post and ghost. I have done that so many times. I can't even count. When you post and ghost, you portray yourself as an inconsistent person, and people don't expect for you to show up online. On top of that, you build up all this momentum and then you leave, and you're going to lose that momentum. You might not lose the followers, but when you come back, you are going to lose them, because they're going to be like, who is this person? I haven't seen you in months. I don't even remember following you, because you haven't made an impression on them yet. Like, people who have more of a community and a larger following, that is like, they call it a cult following, but I don't really mean a cult. But anyway, they have more room to just disappear, because people gonna be like, wait, what's the name, where they at? I ain't seen them post. But if no one really knows who you are, you're going to have to keep building over and over and over and over again, and you're going to come back, you're going to lose followers, and you're going to gain followers, and people are starting to recognize who you are again. Then you ghost again, and guess what? You didn't really make that big of an impact. You might have made an impact on a few people, but if you don't show up anymore, they might forget you too. Or they may be like, oh, that's that one girl, I remember her video. But that's about it. Like, you're not going to grow a community like that. Another thing that played into my inconsistency was having no plan, just vibes. Okay. Like, I would just be like, okay, I want to start a YouTube channel, or I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to start this series, I want to do this series, and not really planning out what I'm going to do and like how it's going to work. So sometimes we just go into stuff and be like, well, I'll post 3 times a week. And it's like, okay, when are you going to film this content? Whether you're working, maybe you are in school. If you're like me, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I don't have a lot of time during the day to film. So I have to film once my husband gets home from work. So like, plan out when you're actually going to film this content and stick to that plan. You're not going to feel like it every single time you have planned to film. I had it in my mind like, well, okay, I'll just write out what videos I want to do this week, and then I'll just film them when I feel like it. And there was some weeks where that worked, where it was like, okay, this week I just feel like being on camera. But then the next week, it's like, I am burnt out from last week and I don't want to record it all. And so I would just ghost. If you want this to be your job, treat it like a job. It doesn't have to be a 9 to 5 per se, but for me, it's a 3 to 6-ish on some days. I have to fit that time in and do it when I can, because I have a baby. Not just going off of how you feel, but what is your greater purpose? Why are you making this content? What is it for? And now I want to move on to talking about doing too much. Okay. We want to think about quality over quantity. Okay, I know what the algorithm people tell you: post this many times a week at this time on this day, and then go live, and then post on your stories every morning at 4 a.m. And then no, we are going to do our own thing. and let the people come to us. You don't have to be always online showing your face. If your content is good, people are going to watch. There's a lot of creators now. Everybody's making vlogs, but I miss the quality of content that we used to have, especially on YouTube. Like, people used to make crazy edits, like those crazy makeup video edits and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of people aren't doing that anymore. I know authenticity is important, but so is craftsmanship. So like, I want to see those skill sets that you have and see them showcased on video. This is just my prediction, but I feel like 2025 is leaning more towards, okay, there's at this point anybody can be a content creator, but who actually has the talent to show on camera, who has the wisdom and the knowledge? Because sometimes it's just that, maybe it's educational, maybe it's teaching, maybe it's your editing skills, maybe you're a really good artist, maybe you're a really good dancer, who can really stand out on these platforms. Don't be pressured to put out 5 videos a week. If your video takes you 10 hours to make because you have crazy edits and maybe you're learning a difficult routine because you're a dancer or something, or maybe you put together a portrait, like, don't feel like you have to put out 5 videos a week. Take that one project you're working on and turn it into 3 different videos. So if let's take you're a dancer, okay, want to post this routine, like you're gonna create a whole like music video type routine, post you practicing. Okay, take a video of you practicing the dance and like talk about how you're working on something that will be ready by the end of the week, and then post a behind the scenes of you recording the dance and stuff like that, and then post the final video. So you can still show up, but you don't have to necessarily be doing multiple dances, 3 dances a week where you have to do a whole, elaborate video. So you can kind of like bring people behind the scenes. That's where the authenticity part of it comes in. So I don't feel like you have to always, put up polished stuff. It just needs to be quality. Quality just means there's adding value. Maybe it's a dancer watching and they want to see how you set up your behind the scenes when you film your dance routines. So, and then burnout. I know you feel like you can do it all at one time. You can't. You need to rest. You need to pray. And you need to rest. You can edit anywhere because it's on your phone, right? But don't. I know they're not telling you this. I know they're saying, well, you can work whenever you want. Like, that's this lifestyle. Don't. I've done it. You don't want your head buried in your phone all the time. Take breaks. Create more than you consume. Don't burn out doing this, because then you're going to start to hate it. And this was your hobby. This was something you loved doing. This was your passion. And now it feels like that 9 to 5 you just left. Last but not least, I want to talk about over glamorizing content creation. We all do it because why? Because it's fun. It's fun to us. We like to talk to the camera. Some of us like the behind the scenes. Some of us like the lighting. Some of us like the editing. Some of us just like showcasing our talent. Some of us like the social media strategy behind it. It doesn't matter what part of it you like. It's fun to you at some point, but it will feel like a job. Once you get to a point where you're making money, you're depending on it, you have a following that is, counting on you to post, it will start to feel like a job. Creators that you see that are living the lifestyle that you want, they're living it because they never stopped. They're still showing up. So they don't just not have a job. They're literally living this thing full time. And so we have to remember that behind the camera, you got the setup that they took, time to meticulously pick out and make sure the lighting was right. And then they got the editing behind the scenes that takes hours to edit a really good video. The brand behind it, the managing, the emails. That's not what you want. Don't do it. I know everybody tell you everybody can be a content creator. You should just start. No, if you can't handle that part of it, don't do it. You're not gonna like it. If you just want to make videos, just do it for fun. Just do it whenever you can, you know, for fun. But if you don't want that, don't start. Not to discourage you, but this is a job. It's not just for fun unless you treat it as just for fun. And to go with that, just know you won't always feel like showing up. I kind of already talked about that, but you're not always going to feel like showing up, but you'll have to, just like you would a job. Because if you don't go, you don't get a check. The only difference is you don't have a boss. You're just you, and you have to stay self-motivated, which is harder. You don't got somebody telling you what to do or when to do it or how to do it. You got to kind of figure things out on your own. And the last thing, I'll leave you with this, and I might have to do a part 2 because I have so many things that I've learned, so many lessons. I just have to write it all out. But there are perks to this, but there are also a lot of cons. And just to name a few, you get very little privacy. People always want to be in your business. They feel like they're entitled to your business, even the business you don't put out. They feel like if you post a video on the internet, that they need to know your social security number. Y'all saw how they treated Hallie when she hid her pregnancy, which really she just didn't tell y'all because she don't have to. When she didn't, announce her pregnancy, and then when she had the baby and she wanted to share her pregnancy pictures, and they're like, well, why you want to share it now? Because she can. She didn't have to tell y'all before, and she don't have to tell y'all now. But she can tell y'all now. If you don't care, you don't have to look at it. That's just what comes with the territory. Plus, negative comments, that's another con. Your videos flopping when you worked so hard. It's heartbreaking. You put a passion project together, and you're just like, I just know this gonna do numbers, and then it doesn't. You got technical difficulties like losing your footage. Maybe your footage doesn't have sound, okay? Like stuff like that where you gotta redo the whole thing over again. Being your own boss is really hard. Staying self-motivated, and then also inconsistent pay, okay? You see the content creators getting paid the big bucks to do brand deals. Okay, but what if you get a brand deal in January and then you don't get another one until July? What you gonna do? You gotta be very wise with your money. If you want this content creator life, come join the crew. At this point, I have nothing to lose. I just need to make this work for me because I don't like anything else. I love content creation. I've tried so many things, and this is me. Like, this is me. So she's here to stay. She's here to stay. Okay, but I'm so loud. They're listening to me. Shh. Thank you for watching. If you have any more questions or you want another tip video, comment down below. Probably won't be anybody commenting yet because I'm starting a brand new channel. So I probably just will make another video because y'all probably not gonna say nothing. But anyway, I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.